Hello, and in today's lesson we are going to be making arrays. In previous lessons we've looked at counting in tens, then we looked at making equal groups, and then we looked at adding those equal groups using a form of repeated addition using 2s, 5s and 10s. And today we're going to be looking at making arrays. So what is an array? An array is a way of arranging or organizing objects into rows and columns. Here we have an array 3 by 4. 3 by 4. And the total number of cameras we have are 12. Here we have another a different kind of array. We're still using 12 objects, but this time I have split the array into 2 by 6. 2 by 6. So there are 4 parts to this lesson. The first part is to introduce the vocabulary and the difference between rows and columns. The second part is to use pictures to identify the rows and the columns and how many there are. The third part is to physically make an array from a given number. And the final part is to address any misconceptions that they have when creating an array, to make sure that all arrays are correct and not incorrect. So the difference between rows and columns, well, rows always go from left to right. They go from left to right. They always go across. So here we have 2 rows. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Columns go up and down. Columns go up and down. So how many columns do we have here? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. If you cannot remember the difference between rows and columns, here's a song to help you remember. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. If you see your crocodile, don't forget to scream. For the columns, it starts with a k sound. Columns, climbing columns. I'm going to climb. Some arrays. You can pause the video at any point. Okay, now we've come to the third part of the lesson where the children have to practically try and make an array. So you could use any object around the house. I've got lots of these little packets of tissues. They're like gold dust at the moment. And I'm going to make an array using those. So here they are. I have 10 packets in total. So I'm going to try and make an array. So it's 2, 3, 4, 2, 4. Oh no, it doesn't work. I've got to try a different way. Still not working. I'll have to try a different way. There we go. I've made myself 2 rows. Oh, let's get that right. 2 rows and 5 columns. Next example is I've got some old coffee capsules. I've been drinking a lot of these recently and trying to reuse them. So I've got 6, so I know it's 3, 3. I can do it in groups of 3. So this time I've got 2 rows and 3 columns. One of the first misconceptions that the children might do when they make an array is by putting them too close together like so. like that, where it's not all equal, or we've got really large spacings between them. It's very important that they have equal spaces between each of the objects. I hope you have enjoyed the lesson. Remember, please make this as practical as possible. But also for arrays, you can get quite creative. You can use stickers, you can use colouring in, lots of different colours. You could draw pictures. You could draw buildings, skyscrapers with lots of windows. There's lots of things that you could do. Enjoy.